Sharath Kamal, the flag bearer of Indian table tennis for the longest time, retired after playing in the WTT Star Contender event in Chennai, his hometown. He drew the curtains on a 2-decade-long career which saw him bag 13 medals in the Commonwealth Games, 2 bronze medals in the Asian Games, and play in 5 editions of the Olympics. Table tennis ran in the family, which helped. Sharath's father Srinivasa Rao and uncle Muralidhar Rao had played the game in their prime before shifting to coaching youngsters. He went on to win his first of a record 10 national titles in 2003, and the paddler never looked back. Sportstar caught up with Sharath's family, who spoke to us about his eventful career.
So Sharath, I would say, was a little late bloomer in terms of national and international performances, because initially he was good in the state. Actually, he was good enough in the nationals also, but he couldn't get a breakthrough for a very long time in his juniors. So in juniors, he was always like an underdog. Like he was always in the 8th and 9th position, always when he had in the national level. But state, he always used to do well. And when he entered the seniors, there was a very quick rise after his first international camp at China. He was given the exposure to go there by the federation that time in China. So that was a camp for a Asian championship or something like that. So that was his first international camp. So that was in 2001, end of 2001. So then from then on, we could see a marked change in the way he approached the game, as well as the, if you see in the next couple of years, his graph just skyrocketed into the national and then the international level.
Sharath, actually, everybody is telling is 22 years of his career, but it is not 22 years. According to me, it is 35 years of career, because right from 7 years, he was keenly interested in table tennis, involved in table tennis. So he was experimenting a lot. So any stroke, my brother or me, my brother used to tell him, this stroke you have to play like this, that stroke you have to play like this. I used to tell him, you have to play very carefully these strokes, all the strokes. What all you are learning, you have to be able to produce in the match. It is not that what he plays here, what he plays there, everything is same. He used to miss. He was always behind many people like K.R. Sharath, Deepak and Bhargav, all those players behind he was there. So I was not bothered. He was playing for state some point of time from 10, 12, 14 years played for state, but he was not champion. He was always behind. When those champions moved, he used to. That is how his transition went. He was very ordinary, even average in studies also. In 10th, he got 56%. And one Mr. Satyasil from Lilo College, he said, "Hey, nee 35% 12th la nee kudutanaka, your seat is confirmed." I asked him, "Hey, unaku varuma 12th you will pass." Then what happened? When he was doing 12th, continuously tournaments. Last tournament was the then Secretary of Federation gave 4 people a chance to Chennai. It was in 99. So pre-board exam, he was studying in Padma Seshadri. Seeing this thing, we entered Padma Seshadri in 86. Continuously we were doing, even till date, our people only were doing coaching there. They are doing now. So the board exams, he came suddenly. So they are saying like this: Bhargav, K.R. Sharath, Deepak and Sharath. Sharath is a 4th player, I am telling that point of time. Indian team, we gave it to Chennai to go to Iran. We have to shell out 30,000 rupees. Of course, financially also I was not very sound that time. Somehow I'll manage. But what about your school? I asked. No, I want to play. I took him to school. One Vijayalakshmi principal. She said, "No, sir, what are you talking? It is not possible, sir. He has not attended not even 10-15 days. This he continue entire year. You want to miss pre-board exam and go? We don't have any failure candidates, sir, here." Is that? No, I want to play. No, I have not come as a coach, madam. I came as a parent. Whatever you say, I'll follow. Anyway, let me ask Periyamma. Periyamma means YG YG Parsa's wife. So I went to her. What, sir, you have come this side? We were known to her, this thing, last 13, 14 years we were there. I said, this boy is telling her. She is visionary. She saw him. Said, I want to go. Yes, madam, I want to go. Okay, sir. Permission granted. Immediately she granted the permission. I was surprised. Then one of his friends, Arjun by name, he is supposed to come today, he didn't come. He told me, uncle, I'll help him. Let him go. No problem. I'll give him all sorts of notes and I'll encourage him. He is Mahalingam. He is now CA, Chartered Accountant, full-fledged CA. So that is how this thing went. Then he came back. He was sitting and reading every day for 2 months continuously. I told him in between. I used to get up at this thing for washroom, 1:30, 2 o'clock. He used to sit and looking at the walls. I told him, "Padichadu podunda, you go sleep." No, he used to sleep, read up to 4 o'clock, then sleep. His this thing was condition was he wanted to play table tennis. He wanted to play table tennis at 6:30 to 8 before going to school. During exams also he played 6 exams only. In between 4 days leave. So he wanted to play every day. I told him, what is this madness? I don't understand. That 3 hours or 2 hours you can spare for studies. You can get at least 10 marks extra. Will you get 35? I asked. But at the end, when we saw it was 82% in CBSE. I was totally give credit to that boy and studied this boy also. So that is how is this thing. He never looked back afterwards. After 2001, he never looked back. 2002 end, he became national champion, something like that. Then he lost to Raman next year. Then again he came back. 4-5 years continuously won the nationals.
Sharath continued making a name for himself, but a roadblock came in the form of a hamstring injury during the 2015 World Championships. This had put a huge question mark over his return to the sport. From his then all-time high world ranking of 32, he had crashed to 74 in the same year. However, he bounced back and even booked his ticket to the Rio Olympics. His brother calls the break a blessing in disguise, as they were able to work on the players' weaknesses, which helped Sharath play on for another decade.
So 2015 actually was a quite emotional year for us, particularly the tournament when Sharath had an injury while playing in the match. So first thing is, none of us know that during the match suddenly there was a timeout, medical timeout. We never knew the intensity of the injury or anything like that. Then after 10 minutes we see that Sharath starts limping and then goes on to play and wins the match with the world number 8, former world number 8, who is Simon Gauzy. So this was after the match. That is when we knew the significance of the injury, that how important and how this thing was for him to rest. But instead he went in and played and risked it and won the match. So after the injury phase, a few days after he underwent a surgery. So after that, the doctors had told him that I think he has burnt his muscles, and due to which this injury has happened, and maybe he might not be able to come back to the table again. So for a couple of days, Sharath was very taken aback by this sudden thing. But later on, we went on to consult a couple of more doctors, and then they said there is a way in which he can put the muscles in a way that it can still give him some more time for him to play. So after that, he got the confidence back. He started working again, because when the injury happened, we thought, because he was almost 35 or something like that during that phase. So we thought it is the end of the fag end of the career. So maybe it's better he just quit gracefully like this. But he had other plans, so he got back with more vengeance. And this next couple of years, his fitness level increased too much to an extent where he was almost going to the gym twice a day and only playing once, because he had to maintain his fitness at all costs, because that is the secret to the longevity. So he started working more on his fitness. So that transformation happened after 2015. So as in a way, it was a lot positive after the injury, you see.
While he might have hung up his racket, Sharath continues to be involved with table tennis. A co-chair of the International Table Tennis Federation's Athletes Commission, he hopes to build a structure to help Indian players make it big in the international level.
This event of his retirement, it's a mixed feelings. Like, let me explain how it is. If you see Sharath, he's physically fit, very, very fit, much more fit than many of his contemporaries who are playing. I would say that. I would hazard prediction also. But at the same time, he has sacrificed so many years. His family life had to be, they will bear the brunt. That is also there. And he's also got this thing that I should pave way for my contemporary juniors for them to achieve much higher, and he felt he could also help them. So with those things, it was a tough decision. In 2016, when he had that injury, actually he could have taken a decision to retire also. But something spurred on, the ambition of Olympic, Asian Championships also, that did not come at that time. It was only in 2018. He had unfulfilled promises to himself, not that he promised to somebody. He had it in him and he was trying for that. So, yeah, then we thought 2021 and the COVID, all those things. But then again, he thought that he will try one more time, 2024. Now, on his retirement, yes, I feel happy for him. One way that his family life will be, on track. Like he can take care of his children and his wife, familial responsibilities he can discharge. At the same time, he also, on his retirement, he is expressing his views that he wants to contribute to the growth of the game, either in administration or as a high performance director, which you are all aware. So either way, his rich experience, it is going to be of great use for the game. So that way, I am happy. Though he is retiring, he is not retiring from what has been in his heart, the game. I'm sure he will do a good job as is the winner. So their efforts, they will always be concentrated and focused. So that is what sport has taught him. So he wants to divert it onto the promotion of the game, either as an official or as a high sport performance director.